I honestly didn't think I would enjoy the like sci-fi genre so much. Y'all, we have a problem. I'm so surprised I haven't read yet. I read it in an entire day. Hello, welcome back to my channel if you're new here. My name is Jordan. So I did some counting and unfortunately I wish I was kidding about this number. Genuinely, I own 67 unread books. Yeah, you heard that right. One of my goals this year is really to read a lot of the books that I own. I'm not going to go on a book buying ban per se this year, but I want to be very intentional with the books that I buy. I'm okay with buying books if it's like a series that I want to continue, or if it's a book that I genuinely have heard amazing things about that I think I will really enjoy. But besides that, I really want to utilize my library and Kindle Unlimited when I'm wanting to read something new. So, like I said though, I want to read so many of the physical books that I own, mostly because I have so many great books on my shelf. I have the Mortal Instruments series, I have the Ember and the Ashes series, I have Jane Eyre, I have The Secret History by Donna Tartt. Like, there are just so many good books sitting on my shelf that I want to pick up. So I thought it'd be really fun to start a series on my channel of finishing all of the physical books that I own. So I'm going to consider this episode 1 of reading all the books on my bookshelf. Today is a Monday and it's a holiday and I have the day off. So I am going to go to my favorite cafe, journal, read a little bit. So I have 2 physical books that I'm considering starting. One you can see here is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. This is a series that I am so surprised I haven't read yet. Like, I know that this is YA, so typically people read this, at least the people that I know, they've read this when they were younger. Can't believe I never got to this series. And I got this book for Christmas, so I'm considering starting this today. And then I acquired this recently. This was gifted to me. It's Don't Believe Everything You Think. And your girl has been overthinking a little bit lately, and I'm not gonna lie. It happens, and I read a lot. Might as well read something that could be useful for me and my brain. So it's only 150 pages. Hope it helps me. We'll see. I want to take y'all along with me today. I don't have much on the agenda except hanging out with y'all and reading. Yes, yes. Good morning. So I don't know what happened. I meant to update y'all yesterday and then, oh, I know what happened. I had been on the phone with my friend Taylor for like an hour, and then I had been on FaceTime with another friend for over an hour. And at that point, it was like 10:30, and I was like, I am incapable of talking to anyone else the rest of the night. So I meant to update y'all yesterday, but I was just so tired. I was like, I'm gonna save it till the morning. So good morning. Hello. I went to the cafe yesterday, like y'all saw, and I had honestly such a nice time. I read way more than I was expecting to. I had listened to some classical music while I read, and I feel like that just really helped me focus, which is not surprising. And then since I was already out, I decided to go drop off some stuff at Goodwill and Half Price Books, and then I had to go return something at Barnes and Noble. So I was so productive yesterday. I got like 3 errands done that I had kind of been putting off. So I was like, okay, super proud of myself for that. And then yeah, I'd come home. Oh, I'd started a puzzle yesterday, and I quickly remembered why I don't do puzzles with my cats, because I woke up this morning and the puzzle was on the floor. Put the puzzle away this morning and I was like, okay, so no puzzles for me right now, which is fine. I've thought about getting like one of those like puzzle board things, but they're so expensive. So I might hold off on that. As a little bit of a reading update, so I actually finished Don't Believe Everything You Think. I read it in an entire day. I gave it 3 stars. It feels weird like rating something like this. I like marked it as read. So I was like, let me just put a rating, whatever. I feel like this is one of those things that like there's nuggets of good info that I can take with me, and then maybe some stuff that's like not applicable to me or not helpful for me, and like that's okay. When I was in college, I took it was like a mindfulness and self-compassion class. I can't remember the exact name. I feel like this book, a lot of what I read, like reminded me of what I learned in that class. So it was just a lot of like good, gentle reminders that I need. But because I did finish this yesterday, that means that I'm at 66 books now. Whoa, we did it. Starting this video off strong. So now that means I can focus on another physical read on my bookshelf. But here's where I diverge. So if you have watched any of my videos, I might have talked about this before, but I am a chronic mood reader. I have to be careful with that, but I also need to like capitalize when I'm in the mood for something. Like I need to just like sit down and read it. I don't know how or when I got like this, but I digress. I was talking to my parents this morning and they're reading the Red Rising series. They're technically, well, they're listening to it technically. They're on Golden Sun, which I think is the second book. So I've had this book on my shelf for a few months, I think since like September. So I think actually what I'm going to do is read Red Rising instead. I was talking to them and I was like, you know what, I'm kind of in the mood for this. So I am going to read it. It's like a little over 300 pages. And I've literally not heard one single bad thing about this series. And I've been like really in the mood to just like binge read. I binge read this and that felt so nice because I haven't done that in a while. I think I'm going to start Red Rising today, which is so exciting. And if I end up enjoying it, I think I'm going to borrow the second book from the library, because if I'm trying to make a video on my channel where I'm reading all my physical books, seems counterintuitive if I then go and buy books as I continue. But yeah, I don't have too many plans today, but I'm excited for another day off of work. I get to relax, I get to read, and I get to take y'all with me. So I'm on chapter 3 of Red Rising. I am not very far at all, but I am enjoying it so far. It genuinely hit me that it's a science fiction book. Don't read the sci-fi genre at all. And as soon as I started this book and realized that the main character lived on Mars, I was like, oh, right, okay. So yeah, very interesting beginning. I'm still trying to get like the lay of the land of like the setting, but I am enjoying it so far. I can definitely tell that it's written by a man already. Like literally on the first page, he had said that someone had cried like a little girl. And I feel like there was something else, I can't remember what. But yeah, I can definitely tell that it's written by a man, but That's fine. I feel like the writing is also really good. It's easy to picture in my mind where he is and what he's talking about. So that's really cool. It does feel very futuristic. So, and he's on Mars, which is so cool. So, yeah, definitely enjoying this so far. Like y'all saw, I went to the library earlier. I actually ended up getting book 2 and book 3 of Red Rising because I have a 2-week hold. And if I really get into this, I would love to just like binge the trilogy. Y'all, we have a problem. Well, I have a problem. I don't know how to count apparently. So remember how I started the video with like, oh, I have 69 unread books. I actually have 76. There's a whole bookshelf that I forgot about over here on this side of my room. Didn't even look over there when I did my little count. Episode 1 is actually me reading like -7 books, I guess. This is the 76th book. I am loving this book so far, by the way. I'm on chapter 32, so I'm about 250 pages into this. I have like 150 left. I don't want to put this book down. I can't remember if I've already mentioned this, but I went into this book with zero expectations. I knew it was sci-fi. I knew it was about a man. Wow. Okay. Yeah, right. So I knew nothing about this book, obviously. And I'm really glad that I did it that way because I am just having so much fun. I don't know when this was written in like the timeline of the Hunger Games, but it kind of gives me Hunger Games vibes only because right now the main character is somewhere called the Institute. I don't want to give too much away, but he's basically like pretending that he's someone that he isn't. So he's in this school with a bunch of people, and this school, their like objective essentially is that they're basically in this like really big plot of land. They're split up into houses, and each house basically has to like be the last. What is it? I think they have to. The way that I don't even remember the objective is crazy. Something about being like kind of like the last ones like standing, or they have to take over. I don't know. Okay, clearly I wasn't paying attention in that part. Wow, it's like a mock war zone, I guess. Like they're not really supposed to kill anybody, but they do have to do like battle strategy and war strategy, and they can take prisoners from other houses, and they have to like kill their own food and find their own water. And so like they're basically like living in the wilderness in these little houses trying to be like the last one standing or whatever, and I'm really enjoying it. It's also very funny. Some of the humor is just like so silly, but it's literally made me laugh out loud so many times. Yeah, I'm really excited to continue to see where this book goes and where this story goes. So I'm really glad I went into it blind because I am just like really enjoying everything that's happening, and I feel like it's really just like taking me along for the ride. As you saw, I've gotten quite a bit of reading done the past few days here in Texas, and I think actually in a lot of states across the US. We had a lot of like snow and ice and just really cold temperatures. So I basically stayed inside. Besides today I went back to work, but before that, the past few days, I've just been staying inside. Read quite a bit. I have been crocheting. I don't think I've talked about this yet, but I taught myself, well, I watched a TikTok tutorial on how to crochet. This isn't really anything crazy. It's just like a rectangle. I'll probably make it into a scarf. I don't really know, but I've been crocheting the past few days. I'm loving it. I'm loving it so much. Prepare to see me for a while and then my videos. I'm just gonna be crocheting. It is so relaxing to like be just like doing something with my hands that's pretty mindless. I'm getting there where I can kind of just do the motion without thinking too hard about it. And I've been listening to audiobooks while I do it or like watching something. So that's been super nice. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to the past few days. Nothing crazy. I just wanted to come on here, give y'all a little update that I don't know how to count and that I'm really enjoying Red Rising. And yeah, I'll keep y'all updated as I finish this book. So I finished Red Rising yesterday, and y'all, this book was so good. I felt like I was 15 again, getting lost in a action-packed dystopian distant world. I felt like I was 15 again reading Divergent for the first time. It was just something so addictive about it. I love Darrow, the main character. He is so, excuse my language, he is so badass. He had some great one-liners of just like, he knew his worth and he knew that he was smarter and stronger than a lot of the people that he was interacting with. And he knew it and he was like proud of it. And I was like, wow. I feel like 99% of the books I read are all like badass women where they have their like moment where they realize like how powerful they are and how they can like really fight for what they want. I haven't read that in like a male character in a while, so that was kind of fun. I did enjoy that aspect of it. One thing I noticed about him specifically is that any time he had a setback, like his truly dark moments, he used it as motivation to like keep working harder and like push to be better. And I actually found that to be very motivating. I really enjoyed that as well. He was just so different than a lot of like male main characters that I've read about lately, which makes sense because I feel like usually most of the books that I read, the male main character isn't like the true main character, like it's usually the woman. So this book was definitely different for me in kind of a refreshing way. I honestly didn't think I would enjoy the like sci-fi genre so much, but I really did. I don't know, it just made me feel like a little kid again, like when I used to read more books like that. So I'm really happy that I picked that book up. I actually think I'm gonna jump right into book 2. I can't remember if I said this already, but I did check it out from the library, trying to save money. So I'm really excited to dive into this one. I honestly don't really know what final rating I'm gonna land on. I'm thinking maybe 4 or 4.5 stars. There was a lot of like battle strategy and like stuff like that where it kind of like some of it just like went right over my head. I was like, I don't know what he's trying to do here. But I will say there were a lot of moments where I was like, how did the author come up with this? Like there were so many times where I was like, how does he even think of stuff like this? Like I was genuinely impressed with where the story went because there were a lot of moments where I didn't know what the main character had planned. I didn't know what kind of strategy he had up his sleeve. I just like trust the process. That was also a really cool element of it, of just like there was a lot of like strategy behind it. And yes, some of it went over my head, but a lot of it I thought was very impressive. Really enjoyed this book. I'm really excited to dive into the second one. I've heard that this trilogy is really sad, so I'm not looking forward to that. I don't really know like what's gonna happen. Like there's nothing like that's happened in the first book that I feel like I could easily predict where it could go sad. I am scared because like I don't know what's gonna like be so sad. I think with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. This officially concludes episode 1 of me trying to read all the physical books that I own. We started the video with like 69 books on my physical TBR. We are ending it with 70 something because I don't know how to count apparently, but I did knock off 2 physical books on my TBR, so I'm very happy about that. Episode 2 will be sometime this month, and hopefully we can knock out a few more. With that said, thank y'all for watching this video, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.